Hey, it's Dory here for Gamereactor at Nordic Game 2016, and I've hooked up with a fellow Icelander here, talking about a game called Starborne. First of all, for the uninitiated, what is Starborne?
Starborne is an MMO game. Many know MMO RTS games like Travian, Tribal Wars. You could put Clash of Clans in that category. The Plarium games, Good Game Empire. So basically, in most of those games, people play in a city view. The map is always an extra thing. So we want to bring the 4X genre from the single-player games like Civilization, Europa Universalis, Hearts of Iron, back to the MMO RTS games to bring back the map.
Okay, so it's a 4X hex-based MMO.
Yeah, so it's like just a big board game. Players are just playing on the map. They build up their bases and assets on the map, along with all the other players doing the same in their area.
Okay, so it's a one huge persistent map.
Yeah. Not persistent per se. Each game takes like 6 months to finish.
Okay. Now, of course, coming from Iceland, I'd like to hear a little bit about, well, let's start with the history of this game specifically.
So the thing is, I've been playing this game for like 25 years and I just love them. I played the board games, I played the play-by-mail games, the single-player games, and in 2005 I started playing Travian on the browser and Tribal Wars and games as such. Then I got very annoyed at like 2010 because of the lack of innovation. I went to computer science, finished in 2013, and founded Solid Clouds. So yeah.
And been working on this game ever since?
Yeah. We started like 2 guys. We are 11 now. We got the art director from EVE Online. He had been there for 15 years. First designer of EVE Online. It's created most of the basic mechanics and lore for that game. The first CEO of EVE Online is also chairman of the board. So I guess, I mean, Iceland is a small country, but there's a lot of ex-CCP that's involved in this project today.
And I want to hear a little bit about the industry in Iceland in game development. How is the scene?
It's getting quite interesting. So Iceland, many people don't know this, but the Icelanders are crazy for virtual reality. You have like CCP doing Gunjack, which is doing quite well, Valkyrie and Solfar with their Everest experience. And then like 3 other VR companies coming up and doing well. Also, there's another thing happening. CCP is getting quite old. There are a lot of old employees there that want to do something else. And there are lots of new startups coming up in the mobile gaming and VR and like us.
I want to swing it back to there. You said you have the previous art director for EVE Online. Let's talk a little bit about the art direction of this game, because it looks quite nice, I have to say.
As I said, we want the players to play on the map. We also want the map to be very immersive, beautiful. I mean, I would like players to just log in and be able to explore what's happening on the map and do nothing themselves for like 15 minutes and enjoy that experience. So the game looks fantastic, and one thing, we are at Nordic Game and I'm always getting people like, this should be in VR. Why isn't this in VR? But yeah, it's gonna be a AAA polish on the graphic front.
Yeah, I want to nail down something that you mentioned previously about the board game aspect of it. It is fully in space with planets around, and you're putting down space stations and stuff like that. You're not going. You can zoom in on the map, but you're not going down on the planets themselves.
No, it's just seamless smoothing. So it's one layer, and if you look at like what's happening in the 4X genre, Civilization, they always are putting more emphasis on the map. Just now they want people to build cities, districts and such. And this basically hasn't been done for the MMO RTS games. But we feel it belongs there just as in a single player experience.
Any word on how many players can be on a server together and in one instance?
So we are trying to design it that you can have like 5 to 20,000. It's a big range, but we also want to be able to localize smaller servers for like Denmark or Sweden or Norway. And then for like the international ones, it could be good to have like 20,000 on each server.
And presumably there's going to be, of course, as in any MMO, factions and stuff like that. But are you also going to be selecting races or how's that?
No, there are no races. But of course there's factions, and we are making a rich background story. But a game like this is all about retention, and that means player interaction. We want players to be in this game for 10 years. This is going to be their hobby. Which means it's not going to be like pay to win. We need to be very careful of that.
Is there a beta forthcoming? Or?
So we are starting on alpha in August, and then beta hopefully before New Year's.
Open or closed? Or?
Closed.
Okay, so if people want to be a part of that, join the community now.
Exactly, and you can apply for the alpha at our homepage, www.starborne.com.
And now the most annoying question in any MMO interview, what's the payment model?
So if you look at like Travi and Tribal Wars, we have all those options, but we have a brand new card system, which is, the thought about this is customization. So we pretty much want to take the Hearthstone model and fuse it in there. We have to test it, so it's gonna take a few iterations to get it right.
Okay, perfect. And any, of course, way out in the future, any projected launch date?
Next year.
Next year. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.